As the US-Iran war raged on in March, the Indian refiners flocked to buy Russian crude and the country emerged as the second biggest purchaser of the Russian crude. Center for Research on Energy and Clean Air, a European think tank, stated in a report that Indian refiners bought crude oil from Russia to the extent of 5.3 billion euros in March. The report said that India was the second highest buyer of Russian fossil fuels in March 2026, importing a total of 5.8 billion euros of Russian hydrocarbons. Crude oil products constituted 91% of India's purchases, totaling 5.3 billion euros. The rest of the bill comprised purchases of coal and oil products, which cost 337 million euros and 178.5 million euros respectively. The purchase of fossil fuels from Russia was only to the tune of 1.8 billion euros in February. The West Asia crisis began on February 28th when US and Israeli forces attacked Tehran, killing its supreme leader, a few of his family members and a number of senior military officials. It is quite remarkable that while the total crude oil imports into the country went down 4% in March, imports from Russia went up by more than 100%. This surge in imports from Russia followed the US granting a 30-day sanction waiver on purchase of Russian crude by all the countries to lower some of the sufferings due to the shortage of supply and the rise in prices globally. However, Washington made it clear that the crude could be purchased only from the tankers floating in the sea laden with oil. Indian refiners immediately began purchasing from the Russia, and the PSU refiners were leading the effort. The report said that the biggest shift in March was in the state-owned refineries. Imports from Russia, which saw a massive 148% month-on-month increase. PSU refiners such as Mangalore and Visakhapatnam refineries, which stopped crude purchase from Russia at the end of November 2025, resumed buying in March 2026. In the month of March, China was the biggest purchaser of Russian crude and accounted for as much as 51% of Russia's crude exports. India was at the second spot with 38% of Russia's supply. Turkey was a distant third buyer with 6%, while EU chipped in with only 1.8%. The Center for Research on Energy and Clean Air report said that the refineries in India, Turkey, Brunei and Georgia exported oil products worth 830 million euros in March 2026. The importing countries were EU and Australia, who purchased product worth Rs 304 million euros and 332 million euros respectively. About 188 million euros worth of products out of these were refined from the Russian crude. The report, as per PTI, added that the US's import came from Jamnagar refinery in India and the Star refinery in Turkey, owned by SOCAR. In March, as much as 39% of Star refinery and 25% of Jamnagar refinery's feedstock came from Russia.